Good evening. We're going to call the meeting for Akron City Council to order at this time, and we're going to ask our clerk to read the roll.
Bolden.
Aye.
Boyes.
Aye.
Connor. Aye. Davis. Aye. DeShazier.
Present.
Fusco. Aye. Garrett.
Present.
Hannah.
Aye.
Kamer. Aye. Lombardo.
Aye.
McKittrick. Amobian.
Aye.
Somerville.
Aye.
All members are present.
For those who voluntarily wish to do so, would you please stand at this time as we are led in prayer by former Councilman Mike Freeman. Immediately following our prayer, I'm going to ask if Councilman Fusco will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Thank you for allowing me to be down, and I do want to tell each and every one of you council people, the mayor, the staff, that I pray for you every week. You only get one day out of the week, but I do pray for you faithfully every week. Thank you for what you're doing. Father, I come to you, and you've told us in your word that we're to pray for those that have the rule over us, and so I do. I commit this body up before you this evening. God, you said that he who is the greatest among us must be a servant to all, and so that's the heart that I pray for each and every one of these leaders this evening, that they might serve even as you have served us. Thank you for our city, and now we commit this time into your hands. We pray in the name of your Son. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The minutes from our previously held meeting have been provided. Are there any additions or corrections?
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it.
The motion to approve the minutes passes 13-0.
Okay. We'll now move to our public comment period. All those who have signed up to participate, going to ask that you please stand at this time so that you may be sworn in by our clerk.
Could you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give will be the truth? If so, please say, I do. I do. Thank you.
Thank you. And we're going to begin with Tim. And Tim, please pronounce your last name for me.
Will do. My name is Tim Heitig.
Heitig.
I am a representative of the National Association of Letter Carriers. I represent the city mail carriers in the city of Akron. I'm here once again to speak about our annual food drive. It's the second Saturday in May. It's the nation's largest one-day food drive. Carriers across the country conduct this food drive. As we deliver the mail on the second Saturday in May, we'll pick up non-perishable food items that our customers place next to our mailbox. Over its inception in 1993, our union nationwide has collected over 2 billion pounds of food. Last year in Akron, we collected 21,000 pounds of food. That food goes right to the Akron-Canton Regional Food Bank. The reason it's done in May is because the schools are out. Sometimes that's the only hot meal a child gets is at school. So we're replenishing the food bank who supplies the food pantries with food. Hunger in Akron is a terrible thing. It shouldn't happen in our neighborhoods, in our backyards. So letter carriers are going to do what we can. We're going to take that food. You put non-perishable food items next to your mailbox on that day, we will pick it up. Peanut butter, cereals, soups, whatever you can get, weigh us down. We'll pick it up, we take it back to the post office, it gets to the food bank. What I'm asking you guys to do is use your position in the city to get the word out in your wards, at your churches, in your picnics, on social media, to get the word out. It's very simple. Just place food by your mailbox. We'll put it in our satchel. We'll get your mail to you. We'll take the food. That's all you have to do. It's not a big thing. It's very, very easy. It's probably the easiest way to replenish the food bank. You don't have to go shopping. You know, at the register, they get you for Harvest for Hunger. It's fabulous. But this is real easy. Just go out and put it by your mailbox. wherever it is. If it's a cluster box unit at the end of your street, if it's an apartment building, by your mailbox inside, if it's on the street, you have a curbside delivery, if it's on your porch, wherever it is, we're just asking you to help. Now, I'm just not asking, I'm begging. You know, you don't know who's using the food bank. It could be your family, your friends, your neighbors. Maybe they're just too proud. But that's not for us to judge. We just want to get some food in the mouths of the hungry in Akron. That's it. Kids should not go to bed hungry. That's just wrong. And we can do something about it. And the positions you've been put in, the positions you accepted, you can make a difference. That's all we're asking. So I have some handouts, my information on it, some history of the food drive, a little flyer. I also have probably about 10 shirts. Take them home, give them to somebody. But I'm just asking, I'm begging, help us out. Just get the word out. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And by the way, this is Greg Falsick, and I've got Amber Ford back here. They're my partners in the committee. So please, and I'll see you. I'm coming back in 2 months if I'm allowed
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
to get you guys again, okay?
Thank you.
So thanks a lot. Thank you very much. And I appreciate the time.
Thank you. Jason Johnson.
Hello, I'm Jason Johnson. I'm with Rubber City Rescue. We do animal rescue for all of Summit County. Akron is our biggest people we do it with. I would like to thank Tina Boyes for helping us get a building in her ward. Needs a lot, we're going to put a lot of work into it, but we're working very closely with the Akron City Wardens, along with every police department in Summit County. I actually had a police officer call me 2 days ago, maybe. They had a dog that was so aggressive, they had used their taser on the dog. They called animal control. Animal control told them, excuse my language, but to told the officer to piss off. And that is not acceptable. He called me. I told him, okay, you have to do this, this, and this. And we cannot help you because we have nowhere to put the dog. But when we get our building, it will be different. What I'm asking City Council to do is to please take in your hearts and have, I don't know if you guys can do it or who has to do it, help the Akron City Wardens, Joe, Ron, and Jessica, be able to come, I want to say, with us and use our building with us. With animal control telling the police to piss off, that's not acceptable. If we have a building, Akron Police will have access to it. All Akron Fire Departments will have access to it. Anytime there's a fire, so that I don't have to go out 2, 3, 4 in the morning to pick up an animal. So if we could, please, you guys could do what you can to have the wardens be able to come with us. And still use Akron's facility, that's fine, but also be able to use ours. Because I think it would be cheaper for the city, because they're paying for this warden, the facility, and they're not getting anything from it. They're turning down Akron dogs left and right. So in turn, because we have no room, we have to turn them down. So please take in your hearts to do whatever you can to allow the city wardens to come with us. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Mr. Johnson. That concludes our public comment period. We want to thank those who came out to participate. Council, before you is the consent agenda. Is there a motion to approve? Is there a second? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it.
The consent agenda passes 13-0.
We'll now move to old business, planning and economic development. Councilman Fusco. Time will be granted. Public safety, Councilman McKittrick.
Time, please.
Time will be granted. We'll now move into new legislation, starting with rules.
Item number 1, offered by President Somerville, resolution designating the city council users and social media supervisor and authorizing the same to establish, administer, and moderate social media accounts on behalf of city council. authorizing the President of Council to approve all content posted on behalf of City Council to official City Council social media platforms, and declaring an emergency.
Councilman McKittrick?
Refer, please.
Thank you. This item will be referred.
Item number 2, offered by Lombardo, ordinance authorizing the mayor or his designee to enter into a contract or contracts with Tyler Technologies to purchase the Odyssey e-filing module of the Odyssey Case Management System and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Lombardo?
Consent agenda, please.
This item will be placed on the consent agenda.
Item number 3, offered by Lombardo, resolution adopting an annual operating budget for the fiscal year 2025 and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Lombardo?
The committee requests time or refer, please.
This item will be referred.
Item number 4, offered by Lombardo, ordinance to make the annual appropriation for the current expenses, other expenditures, and the capital outlays of the City of Akron for the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2025, and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Lombardo?
Refer, please.
This item will be referred.
Item number 5, offered by Fusco, ordinance approving with modification the renewal application of Amy B. and Robert B. Dunkler to have agricultural property at 1395 Collier Road placed in an agricultural district pursuant to revised code section 929.01 and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Fusco?
Refer.
This item will be referred.
Item number 6, offered by Fusco, ordinance authorizing the mayor or his designee to enter into a contract or contracts with the Board of Education of the Akron Public School District for the Community Learning Center's Akron After School Program in order to provide learning enrichment activities and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Fusco?
Refer.
This item will be referred.
Item number 7, offered by Fusco, ordinance authorizing the mayor or his designee to enter into a contract or contracts with the Black Chamber of Commerce, Summit County, to provide economic and neighborhood development, marketing, and promotional services for the purpose of job creation, investment, retention, and expansion of existing companies in the city of Akron, and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Fusco?
Request of the committee is for suspension of the rules with a favorable report.
Thank you. Are there any objections to suspension of the rules? Seeing and hearing none, the rules have been suspended.
Yes, thank you. Excuse me. We recommend approval. This is a commitment of $150,000 over a 3-year time frame. We had heard today from Robert D. Jernett as well as Misty Beasley from the Black Chamber of Commerce. The mission is that the Black Chamber of Commerce, Summit County develops, empowers, promotes, and supports Black-owned businesses, serving as a unified voice to advocate for the interests of the Black business community for the broader community. Our purpose is to unify our resources, knowledge, and connections to empower Black-owned businesses to thrive and to be sustainable. So this has been discussed for a while. I do know that there's a number of partners who are involved with this, including the Chamber of Commerce, the Greater Akron Chamber of Commerce, as well as the Akron Urban League, Bounce Innovation, the Western Reserve Community Fund, Summit County, and a host of others. So with this, we're recommending approval of this and wish them luck.
Thank you so much. The rules have been suspended and the committee's report is favorable. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it.
This ordinance passes 13-0. Item number 8, offered by Fusco, ordinance authorizing the purchase of certain real property located in the 5 Points area from the Summit County Land Bank in furtherance of real estate development in the city of Akron and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Fusco?
Consent agenda.
This item will be placed on the consent agenda.
Item number 9, offered by Fusco, ordinance authorizing the Director of the Department of Planning and Urban Development or his designee to enter into contract or contracts with nonprofit organizations for the provision of tenant-based rental assistance to carry out the intent and purpose of the Home American Rescue Plan, Home ARP, and Home Investment Partnership Funds, and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Fusco?
Consent agenda.
This item will also be placed on the consent agenda. That does conclude our new legislation for this evening. We'll now move into committee assignments. Rules, Councilman McKittrick.
2 p.m.,
Public Safety, Councilman McKittrick.
2:15.
Budget and Finance, Councilman Lombardo.
3 p.m.
Parks and Recreation, Councilwoman Connor. Planning and Economic Development, Councilman Fusco. Housing and Neighborhood Assistance, Councilman Fusco. Public Service, Councilman Kamer. Health and Social Services, Councilwoman Amobian.
2:30.
Is there anything else coming before council at this time? Councilman Bolden?
Thank you, Madam President. This weekend in Ward 8, in my neighborhood, close to my neighborhood, the city was out finishing up the water meter, remote water meter installation, setting up appointments. A lot of people in my ward have been calling about this. Stickers been put on people's doors with a 48-hour shut-off if they don't make an appointment. A lot of these people had originally appointment and they could not do the work because some of the work was much more difficult. We talked about this earlier in the year in the Public Service Committee, and Mr. Luddle, Service Director, talked about we have some new contractors that are doing the work. I want all the residents of my ward to know that to call and make an appointment. You can set it out, and a month away you can do that, but this is something that we need to do in this city. We need to have the remote meter working, and once you make that appointment, you don't have to worry about it. Nobody's going to shut your water off. But call to make the appointment, and if you have any issues, you can get a hold of me here at City Council.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilwoman Amobian?
Just a little trivia. I don't know, how many of you watched the Oscars last night? Well, there was a designer, Paul Tazwell. He was the first African-American male to win Costume Designer of the Year. He's from Akron, and he graduated from Booker High School in 1982. And we were sitting there all excited last night. We heard that, his presentation, and we just went to Google him and found that out. Isn't that nice that Akron is on the map for a national award? We're going to see if we can get him here. I called my sorority sister today, see if we can get him to come home and talk about his experience. So we'll see if we have any luck, but I thought that was exciting.
Thank you, Councilwoman, for sharing. Councilman DeShazer?
Well, good afternoon, everybody. I want to thank Akron for coming out last week to our home safety seminar. We had folks from around the city who came out from all of the regions. I want to thank Councilman Hanna, who was there too. And so, you know, we are still trying to be as positive as we can because we've had a number of fires in our region. Our first responders have done a good job to protect people. But if you know people who still need to have or to put in their homes CO protectors or the smoke detectors, just let us know. Send us an email. Send us a smoke signal if you have to, but this is important because we have had several times where we wanted to protect our citizens. It's a free service and people did not sign up. I want to tell you that this also is the week that we start and Ohio is celebrating 222 years of being a state. And we also serve it and stand in the vestibule of 200 years for Akron being a city. Our community has always been a proving ground for cities throughout America, and people look to us for leadership. They look to Akron because we are the high place. They look to us because we are the place where John Brown, the abolitionist, left here to liberate the munitions depot down in Harpers Ferry, Virginia. We're the place that gave him a cannon to take along with him. We're the place that named a street after Schuyler Colfax. Schuyler Colfax, if you may remember, was the Speaker of the House of Representatives and led the vote to free the slaves in America. We're the place where the very first polymer course was taught at the University of Akron, the history and chemistry of Indian rubber. We are the town that has led Ohio from the very beginning. And so today, I'm proud of Akron, and I want to be able to send that message to the next generation that we're the place that you must emulate. We're the place where we are going into deep 21st century. We're the place that has brought pride. Mr. Tazwell, as Councilwoman Omobian said, is an Akronite. And there are many more, and we should highlight them and we should celebrate. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Councilman. Is there anything else coming before council at this time? If not, is there a motion? We have a motion for adjournment. If there are no objections, meeting adjourned.
This concludes the live broadcast of Akron City Council. Margot Somerville, President of Council, presiding.
Can I give this